Hey, boy, this is Beast. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Scottyallenday. Have you ever thought about what is actually the king of travel? Whether you're going on vacation or going on a holiday or going, long distance. I got to thinking about that because I work at the airport. And, who has ever thought of or even basically put together one against the other to determine what is actually the king of travel, the king of long distance travel. So we're going to put this whole scenario together, and let's say you want to travel 2,000 miles. Okay, so you want to travel 2,000 miles, and we're going to get the one that I already thought of out of the way quickly. Just technically not even a mode of travel. So we're gonna put the king that I believe that is the king of travel throughout the entire scenario. Watch through the whole video. It's gonna be a fun one. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you don't miss another one. And let's get into it. So what I'm talking about right now is the airlines. So I work at the airport. See planes flying in and out all the time. I got hair in my eyes. I see planes flying in and out all the time. And you know what? Just about anybody that I would say, what is the king of travel? What is the king mode of traveling? And I would pretty much say just about 80% of the people will say, oh, that's easy, the airline. So we got the airline. So we're gonna get the first one out that's not really the mode of travel, but it's a cruise ship. So you get on the cruise ship, you're waited on hand and foot, your bed's made every day, you go on a 7-day cruise, let's say from San Francisco to Hawaii. You probably navigate around the entire Hawaiian Islands, you stop at different ports, you get to see all the islands, and you're on the ship. Well, during the whole course of that time, it's 7 days. But it's a vacation on a ship. So it's really not a mode of travel. It's the only secondary way of traveling to get from the mainland to the islands of Hawaii, and the mainland to the Bahamas. And international, well, you have pretty much no choice. It's either you're going to fly or you're going to take a boat. Either or. There's really no other, unless you have a submarine, then that'd be a different story. But submarine's not even a mode of transportation. It's something else. All right, so we're done with that. Let's go to the next part. So we have the airlines versus a car versus motor carriers, motor coach, motor bus. And I would probably put cars and RVs together, motor coach, motor bus, and let's say, and the last one is going to be traveling by train. So we're going to put the two that I would say most people would say no, I don't think so, and then put the other one that just about everybody will say, well, yeah, that's an opportunity. So all three of these other modes of transportation that I just mentioned, train, motor bus, car, RV, all take a matter of time. So if you're taking a train, let's say Amtrak, when you're traveling at night, you're going to 2,000 miles, you go into a sleeper berth. They normally have a sleeping car for you, so you'll be able to sleep in the sleeping car. But there's really not a whole lot of food options. You pretty much have to pack what you want to pack for your food for that trip. And you're going to be stopping at a lot of stations. So let's say you were traveling by Amtrak and you were going south in Oregon. You'd probably have, between Portland and the border, you'd probably have about 9 stations. And those 9 stations, that means you're going to be stopping about once every hour until you get onto a plateau to where you don't have enough stations. That mode of transportation is probably going to take, for 2,000 miles, from what I've looked at, it's going to take about 4 days. So if you're on vacation for a whole week and you got 9 days, that's 4 days. You reach your destination, you give 1 day at your destination, and you're spending 4 days back on the train. That doesn't look like a good mode to be able to go on vacation. Now your next one is going to be motor coach, motor bus. I don't know what's over there in the UK with motor coach, motor bus. Over in the UK, yes, they do have the bullet train. Bullet train gets you from, I think, from London to Italy in about 2 hours. So their bullet train works. I mean, you want to go on vacation, you want to go to Italy, boom, you're there. So let's go to motor coach, motor bus. Now we're going to put in a calculation here. It's going to take an average of about 40 hours traveling at about 50 miles an hour. So now motor coach, motor carriers all go by American laws, which is a CDL, that the driver can't drive for more than 10 hours out of the day out of that coach. So they have to swap off drivers. Now, depending on where you're going, you may end up staying at a station for 12 hours. So you're going to pretty much say that it's going to be about 3 days. Again, mode of travel. Very small, uncomfortable seats. And you got an outhouse on your bus. And God, you got to love that outhouse that's on the bus, because you know what? Maybe your buddy sitting right next to you went to Uncle Tom's Burritos and had the bean plate special. Man, he's locked and loaded and ready to go. You're going to be smelling that thing all the way down to San Francisco. So, even the train is inexpensive. The bus is also inexpensive. But the thing is you're going to be spending more money on inflated prices outside of these two modes of transportation. You go into an Amtrak station here in the States, everything is jacked up. All the prices are jacked up. All the food's jacked up. All the munchies jacked up. If you got to walk outside, you could go down to Burger King and order yourself a Whopper meal. But if you go up the street 2 miles, you're going to see it's about $4 less. So, that's the big one. So you're gonna probably spend the same amount of time going by Greyhound, going by train, Greyhound or motor coach. I would say probably about a day less. Maybe about another half a day. So about an average of about 2.5 days-ish, you'll be on that motor bus. So on a 9-day vacation, which you have to be back on the 10th day, so you're taking about 5 days off of that, so you're going to have about 4 days at your destination. And you can get it about a discount if you can be able to budget. So that kind of works. So, somewhat. Now here comes the last one, and then we'll talk about the plane after. Now the last one, which is going to be RV and automobile, of course you're going to have to factor in 2,000 miles worth of fuel. An RV average is about 10 miles to the gallon. And then, of course, you got a car, which, you could either have a Tesla, which you're going to have to turn around and charge, or you're going to have a high-mileage car that gets about 40 miles to the gallon. So you could probably save a couple bucks. But it doesn't matter about how much you're going to save with fuel. What matters is where's your rest areas? When are you going to stop? If your rest area has a place that you can be able to eat or get munchies, where are you going to fuel because you're going to eat and get munchies, and that's it. So your 40-hour trip by car, the average person can only drive about 12 hours a day. If your spouse drives, maybe about 3 hours more, so that's 15 hours. You're going to get a room. So that's going to be probably right around the neighborhood of about 2.5 days driving. But you can be doing a route that you want to do. You can stop at places that you want to see. You can visit some sites that you want to see. An RV, you have a kitchen on the inside, so you can actually save yourself a couple bucks. But the fuel is going to be more expensive. Got a bigger tank, it burns more. I did an RV trip, and it was fun. Expensive, but fun. And not necessarily fun for for the person that's driving. Because you know what? It just takes a long time. It's a long time behind the wheel. So there's my modes of transportation, and of course I would nominate the plane, the airlines, the airplanes, all in the category of the king of holiday vacation travel. Mainly because you, number one, you buy a ticket. Number two, you get on a plane. Number three, you take about a 5-hour nap. Number four, you're at your destination. And you can be there on the day that you get off work. You're in time for bed, and then you get up and you go, oh, I got 8 hours. I've got 8 hours, 8 hours. You fly, you come back 8 hours. You have 8 days of glorious fun. But you can also shorten your vacation because you don't have to do so much traveling. You know what? I got 7 days. When I get back, I'm going to have 2 days until I can be able to put my feet up and relax. I'm done. So, in general, an airplane is the king of travel. May cost a little bit more, but I get there, I can rent a car, I barely have to drive, go to my room, and I'm good. I'm good. So, what do you guys think? What mode of transportation do you guys prefer to travel on your holidays or vacations? Let me know in the comment section below. Again, please hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss another video. Tell your family and friends so I can be able to grow. We're going to have a merch setup here coming very soon. I'm going to do a merch video, and I'm going to probably have maybe 1 or 2 shirts that I can just start running on merch, and why I'm starting so early. That video is coming really soon. Keep watching for it, and until next time, keep on rocking.